Canadian milk, black diamond cheese strings, a good source of fun.
And so I was sitting there just waiting, just there. And dude's getting up, he's swinging up. I'm going, don't do it. I'm just looking. I'm going, don't do it. I'm in my head. I'm just praying. It's like all the energy's going. I'm like, God, drop it. And it's like,
welcome to Vivid Bits. Today we are counting down the top 5 craziest combat stories told in the Sean Ryan Show, all the way from Delta Force operators to Navy SEALs. Here are some crazy stories that will have you on the edge of your seat. All credit goes to Sean Ryan and the Sean Ryan Show. All the links to the full interviews will be linked in the description below. Now let's get back to the video. Coming in at number 5. Chris Van Zandt talks about crazy combat stories in Somalia.
You want to have yeah. Yeah, so at the end of the 06 rotation, I came back. A guy that I had worked with, had been my team leader for a brief stint, had moved to a different place in the building, doing more or advanced forces AFO stuff. So in the years leading up to 2007, General Christopher was a JSOC commander, had been slowly but surely spreading out intelligence collection kind of around the globe. And I think, the phrase was you need a network to fight a network. And he was smart enough to identify that Al-Qaeda is got itself all over the world. There's a network of folks that are communicating. The long and short of it is a lot of people out there that want to kill Americans, and they've been part of that. And we need to move forward and collect intelligence in other countries besides Afghanistan and Iraq. So in late 06, I got asked to come up and try out for this other part of our organization that was really focused on stuff outside of Iraq and Afghanistan. And at the same time, going through that, joined that part of the building. They stood up a new task force in D.C. The task force was designed with combating AQ threats, stuff outside of the Middle East. The part of Africa was a particularly big hotbed. What they had figured out was that Somalia, being the lawless land that it is, was the perfect place to not only recruit from, but to ship foreign fighters from various countries around Africa and the Middle East down to train them, prepare them, give them skills like IT building, marksmanship, and then put them on boats, ship them up to Yemen, and then via Yemen back into the Middle East to kill Americans, whatever that may be. So it's an integral part of the wildfire network, and we wanted to do something about it. So in early 07, just early spring of 07, I got to deploy to the Horn of Africa. I grabbed the embassy in Nairobi, Kenya. We had, intelligence collection in various countries around the corner. But I was one of 2 guys from my organization. We had 2 guys from that group, 2 guys from the Air Force equivalent of those 2 organizations, so Combat Control and Airworks guy. 2 guys from another Army organization based out of Virginia, and then a couple of Ranger Recon Detachment operators. So all the naval coalition, because it was 2 guys from each color. 2 guys from green, 2 guys from blue, 2 guys from red, 2 guys from white. So along with a bunch of other assets that we're involved with. The intelligence process. It was different in that it was new. I wasn't surrounded by my squadron mates. I was lucky in that the SEALs that I ended up with were guys that were part of the exchange back early on in the war that Crystal had directed, and we were all kind of at the same points in our career. So while they were moving into the clandestine element of their organization, I was doing the same. So when we met in Africa, it wasn't the first time we'd ever seen each other. So it made for a very easy, comfortable environment where we could do some high-level stuff together without a whole bunch of time training together, if that makes sense. Yeah. Limited assets, we didn't have much. We had no ISR, we had no predators, we had no close air support, we had no AC-130. Our intelligence collection was human, was meeting with people on the ground and gathering information. We had a signal intelligence platform, so we had one airframe that flew overhead that listened to real-time voice calls to with their iPhones and other handheld satellites that terrorists were using. We had a couple of indigenous speakers that we would put on the plane and would listen to those real-time phone calls that had been doing it for the last 5 years and could recognize key players' voices. And so that was literally how we were targeted. To fast forward, in, I guess, the tail end of May, early June, we started getting some traffic in Mombasa, Kenya. So we had some human intelligence that directed us to there. And then we put some that one asset that we had overhead. And lo and behold, they got hit on probably two of the most wanted guys in the world, which were which were responsible for the US Embassy bombings in Nairobi, Kenya, and Dar es Salaam, Tanzania in 1993. And so long time targets, been on the list for a long time. This is 2007, so a very long time later. But what they were involved in was basically that foreign fighter trafficking into and out of southern Somalia, and the training of those guys, and then subsequently moving them back into the Middle East. So we knew we needed to do something. We just didn't have the assets to go interdict anywhere, and we certainly didn't do a hit in downtown Mombasa, Kenya. So we got lucky. The last communication we had from them was that they were boarding the boat. It was 18 to 20 terrorists or so, and then they were heading north. They were stopping in southern Somalia and continuing on to Sanaa, Yemen. Oh my God! So on the onset, we had what we thought were the number 2 and 3 most wanted leads on the planet. Osama bin Laden being number 1, this was 2 and 3. And then outside of the Middle East, we had him on a boat. We had him moving north along the coast of Somalia, but we had nobody to interdict him at sea. So we came up with a hasty plan. We had been working with CIA over the years leading up to that, had developed a relationship with some folks in Somalia. And one of them was the Land Defense Force, so northern Somalia in the town of Basaso. These are basically Somalis that were recruited via various means, but mostly money, to help us achieve things in that country. So they were the best friends went goodbye at the moment. But yeah, we ended up flying from Nairobi, Kenya, up to Djibouti, where there was a U.S. naval base. We dumped half of our guys there, and then 3 of us flew from Djibouti. When I say half, it's so 6 guys. Yeah, we left 3 in Djibouti to coordinate some assets. So what we had, we were like an aircraft if we needed to from Casablanca, start talking to our higher headquarters about what's going on and what we're trying to do. And then we flew and forward staged in Basaso, Somalia, and linked up with the PDF. The PDF there was led by a guy that was basically a former Somali warlord. But again, he was sympathetic to our cause and was not a fan of foreigners and foreign fighters coming into Somalia and training. Like, that just wasn't, he wasn't good with that either. So his name was Bashir. And so we linked up with Bashir, a handful of his guys, and we basically tried to figure out what we were going to do about this boat moving north. And we were kind of hoping and praying that we would pick them up again. They'd get a good fix on the location, or that they would stop and give us some course of action. Well, about the time that all this is going on, we're flying a plane up the coast of Somalia, trying to gather some whatever we can. And they catch them on the phone. And they had so high sea state off the Horn, which is notoriously bad, shipping in terms of sea conditions. They had rough seas and forced them aground off the coast and actually damaged the ship. And they got in a shootout with locals in the town. They stole a bunch of supplies like water and food from the townspeople, and then they moved up into the hills just outside of town, so they couldn't get back on the boat because the boat was damaged. All we got, so now we're getting real-time human intelligence, all we got out of the townspeople was that, hey, these guys are all foreigners, like they're all from other places, and they're heavily armed, they have a bunch of guns, there's a bunch of them, and we don't understand why they're here. This is the conversation that's going on. So, the 3 of us that were in Basaso, it was me, a guy from Dev, and a CCT guy. We're like, well, we got to do something. We got to get, number 2 and number 3 most wanted on the planet. We've got to That we were going to fly and get as close to Barcelona as we could. Stop about 2 hours west of the town, and then he was going to coordinate for some folks in the area to come pick us up, and then we were going to drive into Bargal and figure out what we were going to do with this. So that all went down. When we were on the way out of town, Brady and I, the CCT guy and I, were in one vehicle, and Phil, the Navy guy, was in the other vehicle with Somalis. We're driving down the road, and this vehicle comes screaming down the road behind us, like high rate speed, like dirt spilling out everywhere, and we're freaking out. Like, none of the guys in the car speak English. The only person that does is Bashir. He doesn't know what's going on, and this car's chasing us down. So they're honking their horn, the guys pull over, like, what are you doing? So we're ready to go, thinking this is somebody that spotted us coming out of town. And they pull up, stop, get out. It's guys that they know. What it was they had forgotten their big bags of cotton, and they didn't want to leave that on them. They forgot their drugs, So, and that was typical working on Somalis. About midday, they would start choking cotton, and after they were useless. So if he didn't get it done in the morning, it wasn't happening. But, so that was a little high-stress moment leading up that. But we ended up getting on a plane, flying out. His guy showed up. So it was the three of us, Bashir, and a handful of his loyalists. And we drove into Bargal. On the way into Bargal, we're kind of working on a hasty plan, and we had nothing, so we just kind of worked with what we knew to be true, what we had hard facts on, and we kind of backwards planned from there.
So, I don't want to do this, so how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Calgary.
What are our options? We got a fixed wing plane that you could come get us. We got our guys that are coordinating there, and we've got some PJs that were stationed there. So we got some options. It's like 5 hours away. He's like, there's a Russian airfield in the south of the city that I saw on the map on the dirt strip. He's like, why don't we stop on the way to town and survey that airfield and make sure we remember just in case. So we stopped. Surveyed the airfield. It's probably the quickest airfield survey the CCT guys ever done. I think we felt good enough that we could land a plane on this dirt strip. So we picked up, we left from there. Phil, the Navy guy's like, hey man, there's a Navy destroyer off the coast. You can't see him, but he's out there somewhere. From the piracy operations. So this is before Captain Phone's, a year before that all went down. But so they're out there just bugging in the ocean, trying to keep Somali pirates from doing what ended up happening a year later. And so he's like, why don't we call that destroyer? Because it was the USS Chapman. And Brady's like, cool. He's like, I can do that. Like, we'll call him in the line and be like, hey, we got the US forces on the ground. It's like, I can put plants and targets and dead guys. If we get in trouble, that's awesome. They're like, well, how are we going to do this? Well, I mean, just basically walk to me to set up a patrol base between the town and wherever we think they are. So we all know exactly the location. I said, it's 110 degrees outside. Let's bring the aircraft down so they can hear it. Let's bring the boat in over the horizon line so they can see a U.S. naval warship off the coast and set up a patrol base at a small arms range from where they can see us. It's just wait that. Like, there's no where to go. There are thousands of miles in any direction from the next town through the desert. It's 110 degrees outside. Their boat's damaged. They're going to start repeating.
Well, let's see how this one goes. See the chips. We'll try to keep it clean.
Yeah. Well, listen, I agreed with all of these super smart people thinking that these fucking robots were going to kill us, right? I agreed with all of that shit until a couple of years ago, I was in New York and I was looking for a newspaper, right? And I have a whole new fucking theory. But in order for me to tell you my theory, I have to quickly take you back to the deep, dark, sordid history of the globe. All right? I know there's a lot of millennials here, young people. You probably don't even know what one of these is. All right? But you fucking, I don't know what you guys do. Your virtual reality glasses, fucking free porn flying by you, grabbing titties. Whatever it is you do. Right? Back in the day, this is the deal. If you were a person and you wanted to have sex with somebody else, but like nobody else wanted to have sex with you, and you weren't strong enough to hold anybody down. I mean, you had to go what? You had to go out and you had to get a blow-up doll, and you had to fucking go out and get it. You had to fucking go out and get it, right? You couldn't just order it off of an Amazon some delivery guy shows up. He doesn't know what's in the box. You're standing there like Tom Hanks. Hey, how you doing? Great to see you. I'm gonna fuck that. You have no idea what it is. Now, dude, you had to go down and you had to fucking get this thing. You had to find a porno store. You had to work it out that was far enough away from your house that no one's gonna recognize your car. You drive down like 11 in the morning. Who the fuck is gonna be there then, right? You're parked in the back on like a Tuesday, just sitting there in the car, psyching yourself up. Like, okay, I'm not hurting anybody. It's just an urge. Just get in there, okay? Hand the money. Just get in there and get it done. You yank your hat down. You walk in with all your courage, and then you get in there and between the other perverts in there, and you get all psyched out. So what you do is you just grab a bunch of videotapes, and you walk up to the counter. You had to make it look like it was an impulse buy, right? And you're walking up, and everything, all the creepy shit was behind the counter, right? Just fucking heads and feet, just an ass, body parts, serial killer buffet. What fucking world am I entering? Oh my God, somebody's fucking neck. Jesus Christ, you set it down. Just make it look real subtle. Okay, buddy, is that going to be all? Yeah, maybe that's take down the shit with a surprise look at its face. Maybe I'd like to take a shot at that. I don't know. The guy wraps it up, and then you finally get it. You give him the money, you fucking run out to the car. You have this whole weird emotion. You're like excited, and you hate yourself. Thank God I finally did it. What the fuck is wrong with me? Just drive off. Go back to your little shitty fucking apartment, and you had to blow it up quietly. So none of your neighbors heard. Just like, then you got excited, start going a little faster. They just watch this thing slowly come to life, just like. Right? And then you wrap those rubber legs around you. And God forbid you got caught. Your roommate comes walking in, he's fucking a blowjob. Dude, your life was over. You had like 6 minutes to get your mom on the phone, like, Mom, I want you. You're not going to see me again. Don't bring up people said about me. I'm so sorry. I'm going to Alaska. Oh, God. Click. That was it. You moved to Alaska. That was no one ever saw you again. And that's why to this day, if you go to Alaska, there's like 8 men for every 2 women. Yeah, that state is littered with men who got caught fucking shit they shouldn't have been fucking. So now, fast forward to about 2016, I'm in New York City, right? And I'm looking through the newspaper or whatever, and I come across an article, and it's on this robot that for $10,000 you buy this thing, you can have sex with it. Right? And notice, 5 minutes ago, I brought up a pull-up doll. Didn't even have a joke, just said pull-up doll, and you all laughed. A pull-up doll. Who would do such a thing? Right? That's weird. 5 minutes later, I say a robot that you can have sex with, dead silence in it. As if collectively you were all just like, well, what does it look like? I'm not gonna lie to you. It still looks like a dead body, but it looks way fucking better than that pull-up doll from 30 years ago. And that's what scares me, because everything gets better, right? You look at when cars first came out, the stupid horn, and a crank started, you run over your best friend. Now you can start one up with a remote control from like 50 yards away, right? Remember when airbags first came out? They just had one for the driver. My family! Oh my God! Why would you just save me? And eventually, they got airbags for everybody. What are you gonna do? So anyway, there's a big thing out there. I want to let you guys know. They try to make you feel all these fucking apps. They make you feel bad about aging, and all of these people are getting like plastic surgery now. I'm telling you, you don't need to do it. Okay, you're gonna fucking die. All right. This generation, next my generation, they're 50s, taking testosterone shit, working before and after pictures on the internet. It's hilarious. Shirtless, like trying to attract women. It's funny, they look good. They look like Rambo here, but in the neck, you see the divorce, the bad relationship with the kids, the dreams that didn't work out, the fucking HOA that made you tear down that porch that you didn't have the fucking the permit for, or whatever the fuck it was that you did, you know? Do you realize how much you don't get life if you're still trying to bang broads in your 50s? Dude, at my age, like 8 hours sleep is the new pussy. That's it. Yeah, 8 hours uninterrupted. There's nothing better than that. Meaning I wake up when I want to wake up. You know what I mean? I don't have somebody in my ear like, okay, the kids have practice today. You need to go downstairs, make some breakfast. I gotta get some car washes. Just waking up when I want to wake up. It's fucking amazing. So I don't know. I might be weird, but I think the job of an older person is you're supposed to help out younger people. You're not supposed to try and fuck them, right? Slow. I mean, the legal age, keep on that old guy that acts like he figured everything out, you know? You're the old guy that actually figured everything out, you know? So I always give people advice. Okay, I always tell women, right? I'll be like, you know, okay, here's one for you. If you're on a date with a guy at any point during the evening, if he cracks his own neck, just get out of the relationship right then. All right, he's a fucking meathead. And he's going to put meathead babies in you, and they're going to drive tow trucks, and they're never going to own the company. Okay? That's what it is. Right? Look for the red flags. Okay? Little guy, big watch. Major red flag. Nothing wrong with the little guy, but that little guy with that fucking, maybe he has a rap album, fucking giant watch, walking around, making all this noise. For some reason, you find him adorable, so you agree to go out with him. And then he pulls up to the date in that giant truck, and that magic step appears so he doesn't fall to his death. And the next thing you know, you're in a fucking relationship with him. And one day you have a huge fight with him, and he storms out. You watch him waddle down the front yard. And then you're upstairs crying as you folded his little pants. And then it finally dawns on you. I could have the exact same problems with a full-size man. For 3 years, I didn't feel safe when he held me. It's like I found a hairy 8-year-old at the mall, right? Please, if you have a girlfriend and she has like a sweatshirt that says Namaste on it, she's a cunt. Like, how do you not see that? How? Why would you think that she's spiritual? I just don't. You shouldn't have to advertise that you're spiritual. You should sense it. Namaste. This is your hat. I share this to midnight light. You know, she's one of those people, you know, who goes on Instagram and goes out in nature with a bathing suit up her ass and does like the fucking hard hands with like advice. Guys, don't forget to take time for yourself when you're fucking gathering your knowledge and your journey. If I was a dictator, that's one of the first groups of people that I would eliminate. Anybody that fucking did that. And then right after that would be anybody who tried to do the hard hands but were too stupid, so it looked like a grilled cheese sandwich. You ever see, okay, Tabitha, see you later. Right? It's just like... All right, so I gave women some advice. All right? Here's something for the guys. Guys, if you're dating a woman who's always cold, all right, and I don't mean here, the vitals. I mean the feet, the hands, the fingers, the extremities. Almost as if her heart isn't strong enough to fucking pump the blood out. You know those women, no matter what month of the year, they're fucking cold. Every sleeve they have fucking hangs down to here. You just see like 2 fingernails hanging out. Any drink you give them, they gotta hold it like a toddler. They get in bed, they put that cadaver foot on you. You're like, yeah. You can't breathe with that. All right, you're gonna have sickly little children with allergies. Kleenex in every room. You're gonna come out of the womb with the cold. Yeah. A few years later, they all got glasses. I can't go to school and I want my iPad. And you're sitting there going, what the fuck happened? I played sports. What are these things? What happened? You dumped one of Debbie Pluto's. That's what the fuck you did. Jesus Christ, you shit hit. You think she's gonna make a strong baby? She's not. All those flamingo-legged chicks, you know, influencers. We used to call them whores. Now they're like Now they're leading the herd, evidently, right? Yeah, back in the day, women like that did not survive the winter. All right, they froze to death under a buffalo blanket or some shit. That's not what you wanted. Back in the day, you ever see paintings of hot chicks back in the day? And they're like fucking fullbacks. That's what you wanted. Something that could take some punishment, you know? Take a couple of pieces of plywood off the dome during a tornado. Something with a big ass your kids could hide behind if she fought off a bear and you were running in from the field. I'm coming for you, Clementine, right? Yeah, these fucking skinny chicks, I'm telling you, they used to die right and fucking left. But over the last 100 years, you had all these inventions, centralized heat, right? The C-section, it just keeps them alive. They make all these sickly, whiny kids, you know? Next thing you know, everybody's wearing helmets. This is what it is. I know I just sort of mentioned killing myself there. I don't want to freak you out, all right? Because I did that joke when I was down the Bible Belt, and I was down south with this girl something really serious, and she came up to me at the end of the show. I was like, no, she's joking. I'm just like, I really want to say. I know, I just like freaking out people that are that religious, that have a whole little checklist of shit. If you do this, you go here. If you do that now, you know that. You don't know that. Shut up. I think it's very normal thought. I think it's very normal thought to think about killing yourself, you know? I don't. Not worried anytime I think about killing myself, it's never over anything big. It's always little things. Little things. Like you want to take yourself out. It's bizarre. Like my girlfriend, I'm not going to lie to you. I would be devastated. Devastated. Laying on the ground, crying to the feet position for like 3 days. Yeah, I'm not going to get one out. You know? Start putting pieces back together. I know what I gotta do. Join a gym, lie to myself that I'm gonna get the six-pack back. I know what I gotta do. Right? But little things. I thought about killing myself like a year ago on Thanksgiving. You know why I was? Because I said I was gonna make a pie. That little statement made me think about taking myself out. This is how it works. This is basically the deal, right?
And the big bad backhoe operator is right. Poor fucker's gonna wait for 2 years here, I guess. Not sure. I'll probably do this. Huh? He's the backhoe guy. He's the new guy now. Oh, Wes will back you in. Ooh, fuck, that one was nasty too. Oh, fuck, you know. It's beautiful. Beautiful job, you know. Love my job. It's just fucking amazing. Oh, fuck. You haven't even driven around yet. It's fucking endless. And they should have taken way more. There's fucking cracked fucking shit everywhere. So, like, the second walk's gonna be just as big as the fucking first walk. Except you're gonna have to pick your way around all the brand new concrete.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, it doesn't go too far down that road. I'll probably do another fucking. So, when did welding last night?
No, just an hour or two ago. I don't even think all that's ready is what's behind you, because we went and did 2 loads of asphalt after he left. Yeah. No, he didn't leave you in the lurch.
I told Sean yesterday, because I know I was going to be a little bit later, and he would break for Gerard too, right? So he broke a shit load.
Yeah.
And I got to let break too.
Yeah. Fucking rates. See? Yeah. Because it's only really this road. Is there even any on that road? In that way? Yeah, it's not like it goes far in here. It's only a big square, so.
Where are you guys parked?
Oh, just right there. Kind of where that truck's sitting. I'm gonna move over here when we're done here. Yeah. Yeah. The best place would be way back there, but then you're way back there. Because this road's actually, people drive on it, but it's wide, so you can
I didn't fucking realize until we were taking the asphalt. Holy shit.
Yeah. Just need enough room to fuel up without fucking getting run over. Yeah. I just don't care. I don't even ask.
Acids. Get rid of them.
Oh, yeah?
Where is that?
You don't drive no more.
Not driving no more?
No, he's just got drivers. One of them's good. Like one of them, by halfway through the season, he'll be.
Yeah, that guy over there. This guy, like, that's such a language barrier, but I honestly think it's a confidence thing too. I think it goes beyond the language. I think he grew up. I could draw him a fucking map and he'll go the opposite direction. And like we had a truck yesterday, Morris, he was always coming in the wrong way. Every time, like Gerard, like Sean got rid of another truck yesterday, said don't fucking come back. I'll hire another one. Morris, or I don't know if it was Morris. I didn't ask him. I'll always come like a long stretch.
Yeah.
They leave 45 minutes after, go down, come back the wrong way.
And that drives Gerard friggin' nuts. He used to drive Matt nuts, too. I just shake right
Gerard
out.
always calls for that. Like, you almost laughed at Gerard.
Hey, sorry. Fuck, that's how you get run.
Maybe I'll wait for my machine. Like I said, I'll come down and straight.
Well, you don't just back in. And I'll just go take that bulldoze and then we'll turn around and grab that one.
What about the sign?
I think it's staying. It's just the curve.
It is the front part of the bulldoze, but their travel mark is the edge of it.
Yeah, they cut the fucking toe off. Yeah. Now Will's pretty good at that shit. Yep. Yeah, she can be pretty steady over here for a few days.
Well, I had a breaker on it with a big pin. Fucking broke good, but it breaks wide.
Yeah.
So I gotta follow it and it breaks like I gotta go like double.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean.
Knock on wood, it's good for well, that's all you had for. Yeah, I just got it. You're getting it back fucking 2 weeks ago when I talked to you, said, oh, yeah, I'm getting my machine tomorrow. Yeah, but then they went to pick it